guys, what's up? This is Wally with Beach River Landscapes. I want to talk to you guys about something that as a landscape and lawn care professional I'm concerned about, and I think that honestly everybody should be concerned about, where they're trying to take away our backpack blowers. So I want to hit on a few things, and I was just thinking about this the other day. I live up in Jacksonville, Florida. So Jacksonville, we have an NFL team. I mean, we get things like, Monster Jam. I mean, our town is just loud. There's always construction. There's always noise. There's always something going on. Now, I could never imagine this, this movement coming to Jacksonville, but neither could any of these other cities, I'm sure, as far as the landscapers are involved that live in these other cities. So Naples has passed a ban on gas-powered backpack blowers, and I think there's a couple other cities that are trying to jump on the bandwagon. And this all, I think, kind of started or became a bigger issue when this lady, I forgot her name, she's up in the Northeast somewhere. She started this thing and she got it banned in her town, and she got the landscaper stuff, the backpack blowers banned in her town. And I remember, this was like 2 years ago, and I'm reading this, and I'm just going, this has got to be a joke, like this can't be real. This can't be really happening. Are you kidding me? So I ended up coming across like a Facebook page that she was on, the lady herself, and everybody was arguing with her, and then she had a lot of people that were on her side. So I went in there, which normally I don't even get involved in anything like that, but this is a big deal, So I ended up going on the Facebook page, and I confronted her on the Facebook page. And I just told her how asinine, ridiculous, and really straight out stupid this entire thing is. It really is, man. So don't even get me started. I'm started. I'm just going to go ahead and roll. So here's what I told her. You're in your nice little comfortable house, and you don't want to hear any noise outside. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's coming down to. You don't want to hear anybody making any noise outside, and that's what this all is coming down to. Is about what you want. It's about what you want. And this goes for everybody else that feels the same way she does. I'm talking to you. And it's just so ridiculous. So I'm like, when they built your house, did they use an excavator with batteries in it? When they built your house, did they use concrete trucks that were battery operated? Did Tesla give them quiet dump trucks to bring in fill dirt? You know what I mean? When front loaders were in there, were those battery powered? You know what I'm saying? Were those battery powered? Did those have huge batteries? Did they come in and silently build your house? Did they build your house silently? She went on to tell me how ridiculous I was and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, it's case in point. It took months to build your house. I was like, and especially if other homes were already built, just imagine the headache that your neighbors had to deal with while your house was being built. You know what I mean? Or everything that's getting built around us every single day. She couldn't argue with that. She was telling me I was being ridiculous, and those machines are necessary for blah, 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 and our backpack blowers are not necessary to do lawn care. I'm just like, you're ridiculous. Do you want us to sit out there and rake your yard? You know what I'm saying? Is that what you want us to do? You want us to rake your yard? It ain't gonna work, lady. It's just not gonna work. We can't rake dirt and debris off of your sidewalk. That's not even possible to use a rake to clean your sidewalk. You want us to sweep everything and then bag it and then take? Do you even have a concept of what our job is like? You want us to understand where you're coming from. You don't need to understand where we're coming from, right? So I can understand the noise. It sucks. We have to hear it all day. You don't. You don't have to hear. You can hear it from inside, even if you're outside in the yard. You just hear me. You're not hearing what it's like in our ears. This stuff is literally less than a foot away from behind our face. We're wearing ear protection and all that stuff, and it's still loud, but we get through it and it's fine. It doesn't bother us because we're wearing ear protection. We're being safe. Talking about, I love how they try to relate all these people, and I'm talking to anybody that thinks a backpack blower should be banned. I think you're a fool. I think you're an absolute fool. And I think that you have no idea what you're even asking, how you're asking it, what it's going to do to affect you. But I'm gonna tell you in a second. So you want our backpack blowers to go to battery-powered backpack blowers. That's what you want, because that makes sense. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. So it's okay to have all the excavators, all the cranes, everything that's building your home, roof trusses, the roofers, the plumbers coming in, the sawzalls that are going, the table saws, the top saw, everything that's going on to build your little home. And this goes for everybody, not just her, everybody that wants this band. This is my point. All of those machines are totally fine that would destroy the decimal rating of a backpack blower any day of the week. But because once your home is done, it's okay. Once your car is built and you're driving it, it's okay, right? Once the road is finished and you get to drive on it, it's okay. Once the landscape is installed and it looks beautiful, it's okay. But in order to maintain things, we have to maintain them with certain pieces of equipment that aren't always suitable for every job and not always not suitable for a job. So you want things done the way that you want them done when it's convenient for you. Anything else, because this is how you act. If you think that you should be so empowered to tell us what we need to do our job that you're clueless about to do, I think that you need to hear some rebuttal. And I'm going to rebut you because I think that it's just asinine. It's stupid. So take all that to build a home, blah, 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 blah. She had no argument. She just told me, like I said, I was being ridiculous and those are necessary. And I went back and forth and told her, my point of view. But she ended up not being able to argue. So I said to her, why don't you ban a weed eater? Why don't you ban edgers? Why don't you ban mowers? You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to make that next. And I'll get to that in a second. Why don't you ban hedge trimmers? Why don't you ban everything that has to do with anything that's making noise above where you want to hear it at whatever decimal point it is. So it's so funny when they're like, it's 108 decimals, the blower, and it'll make you go deaf. You're not going deaf. You're not going deaf. We're the ones wearing it behind our face. You're not anywhere near it. It will never cause ear damage to you at all unless you're standing behind us with your face next to it while we're blowing. You don't like the sound of it. Do you think we like the sound of it all day? No, we don't like the sound of it all day. I love the sound of equipment, but you know what I'm saying? We don't like next to our face all day. We do what we got to do, and these are the most proficient tools available to us. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you ban it? Now here's the thing. While you're banning backpack blowers, like I said, ban the edgers, weed eaters, mowers, ban everything. Why don't you ban the trash guy at 6 in the morning that's like beating down your road, trying to empty your trash can through the neighborhood, dropping crap all over the place. You hear glass breaking everywhere. Why don't you ban that? Why don't you ban the neighbors rolling their trash cans out to the street that causes a rumble? It sounds like an earthquake in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Ban that. Why don't you ban the recycle guy? The guy that comes through and picks up recycle, just like the trash guy. His truck is loud as crap. He's running a diesel, you know what I'm saying? And he's picking up garbage and emptying it, and it's loud as heck. Why don't you ban all construction tools? You know what I'm saying? Anything. Why don't you ban an airplane from flying above your house? You know what I'm saying? I could just go on and on and on. Like, why don't you ban all of that? You don't like a backpack blower, so you want to ban it. But it doesn't stop there, guys. It starts there. That's the thing. It starts there. So here's my thing. So I got a lot of things. So you go to a city council meeting, they voted in, blah, blah, blah. And I've seen a couple of videos, and I saw one where a long guy was talking about himself, how this is what he uses to get the job done, and it's not right, blah, blah, blah. And all I heard, even though I'm a long guy, was blah, blah, blah. Because you're not going to resonate with people that can't relate to what you have to do to get a job done. So you have to make things resonate with people, right? First of all, not enough landscapers are going to these votes. Not enough landscapers are going and showing analytics. Not enough landscapers are going in there and saying, wait a minute, you are so off base and you're wrong and you're going to cause a problem by trying to do this. And this is the least of your worries. Why don't you finish construction in this town? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you fix things that they're causing, car accidents? Why don't you, fix other stuff? Why don't you work on the poverty in your city? Why don't you worry about that instead? We'll worry about keeping the place looking nice. Just leave us alone. So like I said, not enough landscapers are going to these things. And if they are, then let me know. Leave me a comment below. But from what I've seen and what I've been reading, you know, you're not showing, I haven't seen one instance where 100 lawn guys showed up in that city to rebut that, that law that's up for vote. I have not seen one person, like one city where people have gathered together. So that's a problem right there. So here's the thing. You want to ban backpack blowers. They want to ban backpack blowers. There is a cost with everything. There's a cost with everything. You want to ban backpack blowers? Fine. We'll go to the manufacturers, be like, they want to ban backpack blowers. You now have to come up with a backpack blower that is going to replace our gas-powered in every imaginable aspect. Sure, that's going to cost you probably 30% more than what you're paying now. At least. First of all, we have to have charging stations. Here's what you genius people, and I'm sorry, genius idiots out there that think banning backpack blowers do not get. So we have to have charging systems wired into our vehicles in order to charge multiple batteries that are hundreds of dollars each in order to keep a blower going all day. You know what I'm saying? So the cost in doing that, you're between the batteries, the chargers, and the wiring, you're in the thousands and thousands of dollars to have something like that done. Then there's a backpack blower that is sufficient enough to handle that. Then there's more than one backpack blower who needs all of these you are talking literally in the double digits of thousands of dollars in order for me alone to set up one trailer full of backpack blowers that need to be charged. Just right there. Our customer, we have a $100 account, $10,000 account. I'm saying at least 30%. So I'm gonna go, this is what I wanna do. They wanna have, you know, because everybody's got to vote on it. I'm gonna tell you something. If I find out that it's coming to Jacksonville, I'm going to collect every landscaper and lawn care guy I can find. We're going to get together. We're going to do, and I mean the biggest guys I can find to the smallest guys I can find. And we're going to do comparison analytics. We're going to show people how much more it's going to cost. This doesn't just go for the lawn guy in the neighborhood. Every city has city employees that has to maintain their grounds as well. So you want all, and Jacksonville's huge. I mean, parks, highways, all of that. So just imagine the cost it's going to take to replace all of that. You're talking millions of dollars in that city, in this city alone, in order to make that adjustment or that unnecessary, absolutely idiotic, stupid change. So you want us to do that? Cool. We're all going to go to this meeting. We're going to go to this, you know, this city council meeting. We're going to explain to them, that's fine. You want to ban backpack blowers? Here's what's going to happen. Your cost as a city is going to go up at least 30–40% to maintain the same properties. In return, you're going to raise all of the property taxes and taxes for everybody across the city. I don't think people are going to be too happy about that. I know I won't, and I'll be there letting people know why their taxes are going up. And this is a big part of it because of something so asinine that most people don't even realize is happening. And then they show up one day and their lawn guy's in a battery bag. They're like, what's that? Like, oh, they passed a law. People are like, what? Oh, that's why, because we didn't band together and we didn't explain and let people know what's going to happen. So that's going to go up. I mean, to operate a business is going to go through the roof. To replace all of the, we have to first replace the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Then we have to be able to maintain, like, you know, have, like I said, charging stations, batteries, all this. Even one guy, a solo guy with one battery setup, in order for him to get through a 10-hour day, I mean, he's going to have probably 20 batteries, man. I mean, you got these. You're probably talking a couple $1,000s with that charging. I mean, just imagine us. We have like 5–6 blowers per truck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you are talking, I mean, probably $20–$30,000 upgrade on our vehicle, you know, per truck. A company like our size, and we're small, you know, we just do commercial stuff. We need multiple blowers. So that means we're not allowed to use stand-on blowers anymore. You know what I'm saying? Can't use those anymore. Like, how are you going to fix that? You know what I mean? I know that some people do have, like, I think Greenworks or somebody has one, but coming to that. So you want us to get rid of that. Next are the mowers. You're talking $25,000 a mower. You know what I'm saying? So the price increase, I'm charging you $10 or $10,000 a month to cut this. You want me to buy $30,000 piece of equipment per mower just to mow it, then your price is going up to about $16,000, $17,000 by the time you work in all this stuff. Like, you're gonna pay for it. Why are we going to absorb the cost? Like, why are we absorbing it? we're doing the right thing by doing a great job with the equipment that's provided, industry standard. You're the ones being absolutely, I can't even imagine what goes through your head. You think a backpack blower is going to solve your sound pollution. Like I said, where's the weed eaters? I mean, all that stuff's next, guys. All of it's next. While there is viable battery-powered stuff, I mean, Husqvarna, Makita, they, you know, or everybody makes some battery-powered stuff. A lot of it's great. I've used some weed eater stuff. That's not going to work on our properties all day. It's not going to be possible. And if they end up making us do that, I mean, the price difference is going to be so astronomical that we have to understand. We have to make city council understand this is not just us. It's not just you can't use that anymore. Use this, law passed. Cool. Guess what? There went your lawn bill every month. All of you that sit on this council, you're paying $200 a month, $400 a month. It just went to $400 a month and $800 a month. And that's what's going to happen. Here's another thing. Where do you think the batteries come from? Where do you think a Tesla comes from? Do you think it's just like puff the magic, like it just poofs out and like there's no pollution, there's no noise to build these things, to make these things? You know what I'm saying? Like, the same people that do that are the same people that think that they can drive a hybrid car and they're saving the planet. Where do you think the car comes from? How much pollution does it take to make Tesla batteries? You might want to do a little bit of research. You know what I'm saying? How much pollution does it take to make a Prius? Look into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a paradox of thinking. You know, like and it just doesn't make any sense. So I might have been rambling on. I may get emotional about it. I think that it's ridiculous. And I'm just going to say it. I think you're an absolute idiot for wanting to ban backpack blowers. I think that you just don't understand what our job is like. You're thinking selfishly. You're thinking about you. I don't want to be in my home and hear a backpack blower going. Nobody wants to hear noise when they're sitting in their house. But like I said, don't stop there. I can hear the mailman coming down the street. I can hear the guy with a Harley driving down the street every single day. Like, what are you gonna ban all of it? Just ban all of it then. If it's about noise pollution, I can send you a million different things that are louder than a backpack blower that are sitting in your house. So I think it's ridiculous, and I don't mean to come off insulting, but I am a little bit, because I think that I can't stand when people treat the lawn industry as though we're just something you got to deal with. Like, why don't you do it yourself? Do it yourself. We'll all gladly just find something else to do. How about that? Do it yourself. You're not going to do it yourself, because what we do is a skilled trade at the end of the day. What we do is not easy. What we do is very hard. We have to deal with elements. I mean, we have to deal with rain. We have to deal with snow. We have to deal with like severe heat. We have to deal with drought. And we work outside in this. We're not tucked in an office where everything becomes complacent and then we can just, oh, I don't like this. It gets on my nerves. Why don't you come outside and work with us? Why don't you come out here and see what happens? I could never use a battery-powered blower to go through a condo association and blow that place down. What are you thinking? There's more people out here than just you that lives in your nice, comfortable home. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you nobody in a condo or apartment complex agrees with having banned backpack blowers. And if they do, then they need to step outside and see what it takes to blow these places down. I mean, 1,000 CFM, 200 plus mile an hour winds in a backpack blower, and that's really the only way we can get it done. Once you go battery powered, man, you're done. You're lost. That's it. And then we're going to have to hire more guys. We can't even finish your properties in time. Some of these properties take sun up to sundown to get done. Imagine adding battery into it, having to stop and change. Getting gas is quick. You know what I'm saying? We know how much gas we need for the day. We're prepped. We know how many batteries we need, but those run out like so fast. It's just not going to work out. Then they have to charge. And what if you have an electrical issue with something charging it, not working? You're shut down for the day. You know what I'm saying? If your batteries don't charge because of something happening, we're shut down. You know, like, there is so much wrong with closing backpack blowers down that are gassed that I can't even, I'm not anti-battery equipment at all, man. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose your battles. You can't expect us to suck up all of this cost. You can't expect us to without you pay, because we're not going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. We're buying what we need to buy to get the job done, and we do a damn good job doing it. You want us to change how we do the job? You're going to pay for it. We're going to go to Husqvarna, Milwaukee, we're going to go to Makita, all these people and say, this is what you need to start providing for the industry. And then we will get it. And then you're going to pay for it. And not gradually. Like the hike is going to be instant. On my clients, the hike would be instant. Like I said, if you're $5,000, you know what I'm saying? You're going to like $6,500 a month. If you're 10, you're going to 13. That's the minimum. And that's the minimum. If you add mowers into that, it's going up even more than that. We need to band together. We have all of the power. We really do. And until we all come together as a unit, until we come together as a community, and we show up to these city council meetings, I mean, in the groves and dozens and hundreds, and we don't get upset and you don't get emotional and you just be professional and you show analytics and you explain why it's not possible. And then you give scenarios and you just say, well, why don't you ban this, this, and that? Why pick on just the backpack blower? Like, that is a vital tool like everything else. It's making people understand, letting them know that they're making a mistake and it's going to end up costing more people more than it's worth. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to stop rambling on now. I took this way too long. Sorry about that. But leave me a comment below. This is a really hot topic for me. I'm going to leave the cities in a description of all of the places I can find online right now that are banned. And if you don't see a name in there, let me know. I'll add it in there. But this is just getting ridiculous, guys. It's time we get together on this. If something's coming to your city, if you're in a city near me, near Jacksonville, and they're having a city council meeting, I'll come join you, man. Just message me, dude, they're trying to take backpack blowers away. We need landscapers. Will you come? Dude, I'll make time and I'll come to it. And I'll give my opinion and I'll share it. I mean, it's something we need to do together. We really do. We need to take this serious because some weirdness is happening and like this is growing. All right, guys, I gotta go, man. Peace.